can't even afford a car," my brother smirked, loud enough for the whole family to hear. His friends laughed. My mother looked away. I didn't answer. I just set my champagne down, walked to the window, and checked my watch. The thump of rotor blades rolled in before anyone could speak again. Every head turned as the helicopter descended onto the lawn, blades whipping the autumn leaves into a frenzy. I stood, smoothed my coat, and said, "My ride's here." Then I walked past him without looking back. Mom fainted before I reached the door. Backstory setup. We were never equals. Not in our parents' eyes, not in his. David was the golden child. Charming, loud, reckless. I was the quiet one, the planner, the one who kept things together when his mistakes caught up with him. When our father died, I took over the family business. Not because I wanted to, because someone had to. I grew it, doubled our profits, paid off debts David never even knew existed. And he resented me for it. Every success I had was, to him, a personal attack. Discovery of betrayal. It started with missing funds, small amounts, easy to overlook, until I saw the transfer logs, payments to shell companies David had set up. When I confronted him, he laughed. "You've got enough. Think of it as my bonus." Then he went further, spread rumors that I was mismanaging the business, told our mother I was gambling company money. And the board, half of them his drinking buddies, began questioning my leadership. It wasn't just theft, it was an attempt to ruin me. Shift in mindset. Strategic planning begins. I didn't yell, I didn't threaten. I smiled and told him we should work things out. That was the first move. Let him think I was weak. I called in auditors, not to the whole company, just to our private holdings. Quiet, surgical. Within 2 weeks, I had everything. Proof of his theft, falsified expense reports, even a few gifts from suppliers that violated bribery laws. Then I made my second move. I started selling off my shares, quietly to investors I trusted. By the time David realized what I was doing, I'd already shifted control of the company away from both of us. He had no idea the buyer was working with me. Execution of the plan. I liquidated my assets, every last one. Not because I needed the money, but because I wanted him to see me walk away with it. The sale netted me more than enough to retire. But I didn't retire. I invested in a new company, one David couldn't touch, one in a market he didn't understand. 6 months later, my new venture was all over the business pages. David's company, the one he thought he controlled, was floundering without my management. The board turned on him. His drinking buddies stopped returning calls. Then came the third move, an invitation to our mother's birthday. I accepted, and I made sure to arrive in a way he'd never forget. Climax and confrontation. Present moment returns. The moment the helicopter touched down, I saw his face. Shock first, then rage. He stepped toward me on the porch. "What the hell is this?" I smiled. "Transport." He laughed, but it was hollow. "Trying to prove something?" I tilted my head. "I already proved it. You're the one still trying." His jaw tightened. "You think you're better than me?" I took a step closer, my voice low. "No, I think I'm smarter than you, and you just proved me right." Before he could speak, I handed our mother a wrapped box. Inside, the final audit report from the company. His signature on every fraudulent transaction. Her hands shook as she read. When she looked at him, there was nothing in her eyes but cold disbelief. I didn't stay for dinner. As the helicopter lifted off, I looked down at the house, at David standing in the doorway, smaller than I'd ever seen him. By the end of that month, the board voted him out. By the end of that year, he'd sold his house to cover legal fees. I didn't have to destroy him. He did that himself. I just gave him the stage. Some people think revenge is about taking back what's yours. It's not. It's about walking away so high above them they can't even see the ground you're standing on. And that day, as the blades roared and the lawn shrank beneath me, I realized he'd be staring up at me for the rest of his life.